Price sensitivity analysis through GoalSeek. So far, we have analyzed oil price as a PERT variable with a minimum, most likely and maximum parameters have been decided by experts' opinion where its time-dependent variation behaves historically. On another module, we will use at-risk's time series tool in order to enhance the model and incorporate a more sophisticated analysis. Given its relative importance and the fact that this variable is absolutely non-controllable, you could sensitize this price and ask the following: what starting minimum oil price on year 1 guarantees that mean NPV is at least positive? At-risk has, at least, two tools able to answer that question. The GoalSeek command allows you to achieve the value for a simulated statistic of an output by adjusting the value of another cell. This statistic could be the mean, the standard deviation, a percentile, or others. The setup of an at-risk GoalSeek is very similar to Excel's GoalSeek. They share the same basic goal. Unlike Excel's GoalSeek, however, at-risk utilizes multiple simulations to find the adjustable cell value that achieves your specified target. When you know the desired statistic value for an output, but not the input value needed to obtain that value, you can use the GoalSeek feature. An input can be any cell in your Excel workbook. An output is any cell that contains a risk output function. The input should be a precedent of the output cell being targeted. Then at-risk varies the value in the input cell and runs a full simulation. This process is repeated until the target statistic for the output equals the desired value. In our case, we define the desired statistic value for the mean NPV. Our input cell in this example is first year's oil price. The input should be a precedent of the output cell being targeted. Then at-risk varies the value in oil price and runs a full simulation. This process is repeated until the target statistic for the output equals 0. 129. On at-risk's ribbon, click on the Advanced Analysis option of Tools. 130. Select the first option, GoalSeek. 131. On the first cell, click on the Select Output to Monitor icon on the right-hand side to select, out of the next dialog, the NPV output cell. 132. Click OK and return to the dialog. 133. On cell statistic, choose mean as we want to solve for the mean of NPV. 134. On value, type in 0, as we want to solve for a certain price value that solves for the mean of NPV to be equal to 0. 135. On the By changing cell space, click on the reference icon and make a reference to cell B15. 136. Click OK to exit. So far, the problem has been specified as such. Solve for the mean of NPV being equal to 0, by changing initial oil price on cell B15. Certain optional parameters can be defined here. 137. Click on Options. Minimum and Maximum option allows you to set the minimum and maximum values to use for the changing cell. Our recommendation is to always leave this option unbound with infinite limits as the algorithm is smart enough to reach an answer. The Comparison Accuracy option determines how close the actual solution must be to the target. This entry can be viewed as a range around the target value that is acceptable for the output statistic. It can be established as a % of target value. We do not recommend this option here since the search target value is 0, and as the algorithm approaches 0, it will become mathematically when calculated as a percentage. +/actual value. This second option specifies the accuracy as the maximum difference between the goal and the output statistic found by GoalSeek. Place 100, as we deem that an answer for NPV plus or minus $100 is close enough to be considered approximately 0. The maximum number of simulations specifies the number of simulations GoalSeek will attempt while trying to meet the goal. If a solution is found before all simulations are completed, the procedure will stop. Usually, it takes much less than 100 simulations for the algorithm to converge. When the last option, Generate Complete Simulation Results for Solution, is marked, GoalSeek will perform an additional simulation, using the found value for the changing cell. The statistics for that simulation are displayed in the results summary window. 138. Click OK to exit options and proceed to Analyze. When you click the Analyze button on the GoalSeek dialog, GoalSeek cycles through the following process until the target statistic value is achieved, the maximum number of simulations are run, or 1. A new value is placed in the changing cell. A full simulation of all open workbooks is run using the current settings, as specified in the At-Risk Simulation Settings dialog. For example, in this case, make sure your number of iterations has been placed before on 1000 in order to run a faster, yet less precise, Goal-seek process. 2. Once a solution is bracketed, goal-seek uses Ritter's method of root finding. This algorithm helps to ensure that goal-seek moves toward a solution in as few cycles as possible. In our example, once the process has finished after a limited number of simulations, that will take several minutes, at risk will pop up the following window. 139. Click Yes to accept and now take a look at cell B15, which now contains the price value solved by the algorithm. Check on cell B15. The price it solved for is around $38.67. This initial price will guarantee a mean NPV of 0. 141. Now, place your cursor on B26, NPV and browse results. The mean for this output is now 0. The probability of the negative outcome is 52.9%. The range of possible results now runs from a minimum of -$80 million to a maximum of $127 million.